glories to all the Vaisnavas. The Srimad Bhagavatam informs us, out of thousands of perfected souls, it is very rare to find one that is a pure devotee of God. Lord Caitanya sent several Goswamis to Vrindavan to uncover forgotten places of Sri Krishna's pastimes, to write about the science of Bhakti Yoga, and to establish deity worship. Here are just some brief stories of such Vaisnavas and deities of Krishna. Rupa Goswami, Govindaji. One day, as Rupa Goswami sat on the bank of the Jamuna River, a young boy came and told him a cow comes every day to a nearby hill and pours milk onto the ground. A deity is buried there. Rupa went to the spot and saw the cow pouring her milk. He called for a group of strong men to help dig up the deity, who was named Govinda. Rupa Goswami arranged for the worship and care of Govinda in Vrindavan. Later, Govindaji was taken to Jaipur, where he is still lovingly worshipped daily. Jiva Goswami, Radha Damodar. Rupa Goswami loved Jiva Goswami dearly, and so with his own hands Rupa carved a deity and named him Radha Damodar. Rupa entrusted the care of Radha Damodar to Jiva Goswami, who worshipped him with love and attachment. One day, Jiva Goswami heard a flute playing. Damodar called out, "Jiva, come here. I am playing the flute for you." Jiva Goswami rushed to the altar and saw Damodar dancing and standing in his threefold bending form while playing upon his flute beautiful, sweet music for the pleasure of his devotee. Sanatan Goswami, Madan Mohan. The story behind the discovery of Madan Mohan is particularly fascinating. Sanatan Goswami had a dream in which a beautiful deity of Krishna was being worshipped by a humble Brahmin from the city of Mathura. The next day, Sanatan went out to beg for a little food, and he came to the home of a poor Brahmin named Purushottam Chaub. Upon entering his home, Sanatan saw that the events of his previous night's dream were in fact a reality. Sanatan gazed upon the beautiful form of Madan Mohan, the same deity who had appeared in his dream. Sanatan asked the Brahmin for the deity, but at first he refused. Later that night, Madan Mohan himself came to the Brahmin in a dream and insisted he be given to Sanatan. Complying with the wishes of Madan Mohan, the priest entrusted his deity to Sanatan Goswami. The next day, Sanatan carried the deity to the opposite side of Vrindavan and established the worship of Madan Mohan in a simple hut. One day, a wealthy salt merchant named Krishnadas Kapoor was delivering his goods of salt by boat to a market in Agra. The boat became grounded on a sandbar just near Sanatan's hut. Seeing Kapoor's despair, Sanatan invited him to worship Madan Mohan, and while he was praying before the deity, the boat floated clear. Kapoor was then able to complete his business, earning large sums of money. The wealthy merchant felt indebted to Madan Mohan, and thus he agreed to finance the building of the beautiful Madan Mohan temple. Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Radha Raman. Gopala Bhatta Goswami worshipped some Shalagam Shilas, forms of Lord Vishnu, as stones from the Gandaki river in Nepal. One night, one of the Shilas manifested as a self-revealed deity of Krishna. Gopal Bhatta was filled with blissful love at the sight of the deity, and his heart was overflowing with ecstasy as he shed affectionate tears. This deity is called Radha Raman, and he is still worshipped and very much loved in Vrindavan. Raghunath Das Goswami, Govardhan Shila, and Radha Kund. Raghunath Das Goswami didn't want to live after Lord Caitanya left this world. He went to Vrindavan to end his life by jumping off Govardhan Hill. However, Rupa and Sanatan Goswami convinced him not to do this, and instead stay there and enlighten all the Vaisnavas with Lord Caitanya's pastimes in Jagannath Puri. Raghunath then resided next to Radha Kund for the next 40 years. At that time, Radha Kund was just a small pond of water. However, with the money from a rich devotee, Raghunath Das Goswami arranged the construction of steps around Radha Kund and Shyama Kund. He worshipped a Govardhan Shila that Lord Caitanya had personally given him. Previously, when a devotee had returned from Vrindavan to Puri, he brought a stone, a Shila from Govardhan Hill, and also a garland of conch shells. The devotee presented them to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Upon receiving these two items, Lord Caitanya was extremely happy. While chanting, he would put the garland around his neck. The Lord would put the stone to his heart, or sometimes to his eyes. Sometimes he would smell it, and sometimes place it on his head. The stone from Govardhan was always moist with tears from his eyes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say, "This stone is directly the body of Lord Krishna." For 3 years he kept the stone and garland. Then, greatly satisfied with the behaviour of Raghunath Das Goswami, the Lord delivered both of them to him. While residing at Radha Kund, Raghunath would daily chant 64 rounds, offer 1,000 obeisances to Krishna, and 2,000 obeisances to the Vaisnavas. All glories to all the Vaisnavas.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.